down to the ground as giraffes give birth standing up. Now that may sound like a rough way to start your life. That initial drop, though, is actually what helps to kickstart their lungs. And allows them to be up and walking within 15 minutes of birth. Very fast. As well as a few zebras. Now each zebra's stripe pattern is completely unique to them. It's kind of like a fingerprint. And that's how they're able to tell each other apart. Now of course the classic question, are zebras black with white stripes? Or are they white with black stripes? Well, if you look at their muzzle, you'll see that is black. So they are indeed black with white stripes. Again, those dark brown antelopes behind the zebras, those are sable antelopes. Sable antelopes are really cool because they're the only antelope species that will actually fight back against predators instead of simply running away. So to speak, big horns to their advantage. So looks like we're going to get pretty close to a pair of giraffes here on our right-hand side. As we go by, try and get a look at their tongue. You'll notice their tongue is a very dark blue, almost black in color. That's because giraffes spend so much time eating, they have to worry about their tongue getting sunburnt. So they naturally evolve a very dark-colored tongue to help prevent that from happening. And of course, that begs the question, how much do you have to eat to worry about your tongue getting sunburnt? Well, how about 18 hours a day? That's how much giraffes are going to spend eating. And as we go by the animals, make sure we are keeping our voices down. This is their home. You wouldn't want somebody yelling at you in your home. Let's not do it to them in theirs. Also on the right, you see the tallest animals on the reserve. Well, here now the shortest animals on the reserve. There's a small light brown little guy here. That is a springbok. It's actually my favorite animals here on the reserve. Now springboks, they get their name because of their incredible jumping ability. They can jump up to 6 feet high and up to 13 feet long in a single bound. It's about 2 meters high, about 4 meters long. Now for reference, that is like a full-grown adult being able to jump all the way over this truck with room to spare. Pretty impressive leg strength. Also on the right, we've got a couple of wildebeest running around over here. Now the word wildebeest, that is an Afrikaans word. It means wild beast. Yeah, they didn't think too hard on that one. Now behind the wildebeest, you can see some longhorn cattle up there on the hill. Those are Ankole cattle, also known as Watusi cattle, after the Watusi tribe that first domesticated them. Those big horns, they might look really heavy, but they're not as heavy as you might think. Only about 10 to 20 pounds, or about 5 to 10 kilos. We got another giraffe here on our left. Now, despite their famously long necks, giraffes actually have the same number of vertebrae in their necks as we have in ours, namely 7 of them. It's just that their neck vertebrae are about 20 times longer than ours. And in addition to having the largest necks out of any land animal, giraffes also have the largest hearts out of any land animal. Their heart is about 2 feet tall, or about half a meter. Now it has to be that big in order to be strong enough to pump blood all the way up their necks and all the way up to their brains. I know some way to explaining why giraffes have almost double the blood pressure of any other mammal. Now when Western colonizers first arrived in Africa, of course they'd never seen a giraffe before. They didn't know what to call it. The name they came up with, leopard camel. Of course, icon is event. I've got an elephant walking around here. Make sure you get it on up a little bit. Get a better view of this one. Here. It looks like this elephant's kind of flapping their ears back and forth a little bit. They do that for exactly the reason you might think. And that is to help keep them cool. In fact, when an elephant flaps their ears, they can lower their body temperature by as much as 30 degrees Fahrenheit, or about 15 Celsius. The effective natural air conditioning. It also looked like they were grabbing a little early lunch. I guess not early lunch, it's about time for lunch. I'm so hungry. That's not important. It's like they're grabbing some lunch right there. As you can imagine, an animal that size is going to need a lot of energy. In fact, elephants usually consume about 70,000 calories every single day. And they're going to wash that down with about 50 gallons or 190 liters of water.